Hey besties, welcome in. I'm Sabrina. This is Sabrina Reads and Roams, where I mostly read, sometimes I roam, aka I go on business trips, and often I do both at the same time. I'm so glad you're here because I upload new videos every single week. However, this video is going to have a guest appearance. My husband, because we're about to do my, what is this, June? We're about to do my June TBR, and he's going to pick books off my bookshelf for me because I keep like not reading them. So he's gonna force me to read things from there by picking them for me. This might go horribly wrong. We'll find out. Okay, anyway, introducing Mr. Sabrina Reads and Roams.
Hey everybody!
Okay, so here's what you're gonna do. You are going to pick from the bookshelf 4 physical books for me to read. I do have 4 Kindle books that I'm gonna read this month. We'll talk about that in a minute. You're gonna pick 4 physical books for me. You can pick on this bookshelf. You can pick anything from this shelf down except for these black books right here. I've already read them. I just thought they looked better on this shelf than on the other shelf where already read books are.
So, down there?
Anything except for these.
Oh, okay. On this one bookshelf.
Yes.
Not the one to right.
That's a whole other situation.
Alright.
So just starting from here all the way down.
And do you want reasoning or just
If you have a reason, do you have reasons?
Sometimes.
Okay, if you have reasons, I'll take them.
Alright. So you know the one I'm going to pick right away.
Oh my god!
Magician Apprentice.
Oh,
I've
of course
read it.
You did.
I'm a Raymond Feist fanatic. I read all 32 books, well 33 books now. Right? 30? I don't know. I read all his books. And so now I'm going to pass the torch on to you. That's an obvious one.
Full disclosure, I put this on the shelf on purpose.
You knew I'd pick it.
I knew he was gonna pick it. I was kind of hoping he'd be like, no, I'm not gonna make you read that, but he did.
4 books, huh?
Yep. So you got 3 more.
I got one in my hand.
Okay.
I'll explain it in a little bit.
Okay. What is this about? So this is, I guess, the first, like the intro to Raymond Feist. A worthy pupil, a dangerous quest. To the forest on the shore of the kingdom of the Isles. That's a lot of ofs. The orphan called Pug came to study with the master magician Colgan, but through his courage won him a place at court and the heart of a lovely princess. He was ill at ease with the normal ways of wizardry. So I'm like, when was this published? Because I feel like this is going to be one of those like back in the day epic fantasies, which I am not opposed to. Copyright 1992. Okay, so it's not going to be one of our cutesy little romanticities or anything like that, but I'm here for it.
Alright, I got my books. Book number 2. You're going to read these in order, right? The order I give them to you?
Not necessarily. Why?
Well, that's cheating.
What do you mean?
Book number 2 is The Poison Heart. Mainly because the main character looks rather attractive. So I think you'll enjoy that.
He got a book, girlfriend.
And then book number 3 is Our Crooked Hearts. The front here looks a little demonic, looks a little interesting, so I thought it'd be fun. I don't really know beyond that.
Me
Going
either.
purely with some cover art.
Me either. That was one that was gifted to me. I have no idea what it's about.
And then the 4th Wing. I have no idea. I like the dragons, and so I thought that would be something cool, just because it's, again, purely aesthetic. But that's your 4 books for June. Enjoy.
I'm finally going to have to jump into 4th Wing. Was this a good idea?
You're welcome, people.
So these are the 4 physical books that I have to read this month. I did this to myself, so I can't exactly complain, but this is, yeah, okay. I don't know that I was ready to jump into 4th Wing, but we're doing it. Okay, so now that we have our physical reads decided for the month of June, I'm gonna send it over to like another me, and she's gonna tell you about the Goodreads challenge, and that's how we're gonna decide what we're gonna read on the Kindle. Thanks, me. So currently there are 3 challenges, and there's one more that we're expecting to reveal itself on June 1st. but we'll have to worry about that later. Anyway, the way that I approach these challenges is if I already have one, like if I already have a book on my TBR that qualifies, then it gets moved to the front of the line to be read so I can complete the challenge. Now, I read pretty widely across genres, so I've never actually had a challenge appear where I didn't already have a book I wanted to read included. But if that were the case, I honestly would just take the hit and not complete the challenge. Like, I'm not trying to make my life harder than it has to be. Even though I would still have that sense of like FOMO from not completing a challenge. So let's take a look at the current challenges and see if it will even be possible to complete them all, because this one was a very short one and it was only for the months of May and June. You can see I already have 3 of them completed. This is just like based purely on number of books that you can read. So let's start with Centennial Picks and just browse qualifying books and see if I have anything on this list that I already want to read. Oh, look, I already read one of these. Brave New World. That's an oldie but a goodie. I read Anne Frank, Catcher in the Rye. So these are all ones that I had to read in high school. To Kill a Mockingbird. Uh-oh, guys. It's not looking good. We've already made it to 1983. That's the year I was born, so. Handmaid's Tale, I've read, loved. Wicked, I read earlier this year. Oh, we got one. The 5th Season by N.K. Jemisin. Okay. We'll add that to the list of possibles. Circe or Circe, however you want to say it. That's also on the list. I have that. I own that physically. Demon Copperhead. Oh, I already read James. All right. Okay, so that's actually a short list for that one. Okay, not bad. Let's go check Heritage Reads and see what we got in there. This is for AAPI. Yeah, celebrating Asian and Pacific Islanders Heritage Month. 189 books. Okay, let's see what we have on the list here. Oh, starting us off strong. I've got Homeseeking on here. Immaculate Conception. Oh, Watermoon. Watermoon's been on here for a while. As well as We Do Not Part. Okay. We have a few more options in this section. The Note. Ooh, this one I happen to know is on my Libby holds already. We'll see. We'll check in a minute how many weeks I have left. Maybe that will come available during the month of June and I can read it. Gifted and Talented. Definitely want to read that. You know, I actually kind of want to read Brighter Than Scale, Swifter Than Flame, and also Don't Sleep with the Dead, but I haven't added either of them to my TBR yet. So, I mean, here we are. I'm not going to add them for the sake of this challenge. We're just going to keep going. Hey, my husband just bought this book. I'm going to add this to, okay, I'm going to add this to my want to read, but only because we specifically already own this. Physically owned POC authors. That's the only reason why. We specifically already own this, but I'm not going to read this for this challenge because I already have my physical books picked out. A Song to Drown Rivers. Oh, looks like that one might be available in KU. Sometimes this is not completely accurate, which is wild because this is an Amazon company, so is Kindle Unlimited. 5 Broken Blades. Okay. Mystery of Time. You know what? You're either you love it or you hate it, and I loved it. Oh, that looks pretty. The Stardust Grail. Scroll on, Sabrina. Do not add more things to your TBR. Nonfiction. She does not read nonfiction. We can just keep on scrolling. Is that it? Well, all right. Oh, wait. YA. Oh, why'd they separate YA like that? Okay. The Floating World by Axio. Okay. Yeah, that's it. Okay. So those are my selections for the Heritage Reads. Now let's check Armchair Explorer. What is this one about? Oh, The Places You'll Go. Cute. Summer reading recommendations by setting. Oh, that's exciting. I'm on a boat and we're going fast. Okay. Voyage of the Damned. I have that on my list already. The Sirens. Oh, this book is so beautiful and I want to own it like physically, but you know how I feel about those hardcover books. So that's a no. But if I can find it either on Libby, or it doesn't look like it's on KU, but if I can find it on Libby, here for it. The Business Trip. The Business Trip. Okay, that one might be a good read. Chugging Along on a Train, The Cautious Traveler's Guide to the Wastelands. I don't even remember what this is about. Oh, it says for fans of the Midnight Library, and I was a fan. So, okay. And it's a historical fiction. So, okay, I understand why it's on here now. Okay, cool. Everyone on this train is a suspect. You know what? In my book club, someone actually sold me on this book. This needs to be added to my list, but I'm not going to consider it for this video. But since I'm here, I'm just going to add it to the list, okay? The Circus Train. Okay, Road Trip Time. I'm not a big fan of the road trips, if we're being honest. That's a lie. Oh, Vinco? Coven? Vinco? Okay, it's just called Vinco. But obviously this is about witches. The 10 feels like they're in California because only Californians put the in front of it, which I'm a Californian, so love that. But it's not on my list, so scrolling on. I told you I was not a fan of the road trips. Beaches, coasts, and islands. As long as it's got a shoreline, I'm there. Isola. Definitely have been wanting to read that since it came out. Beautiful, Ugly. I think me and everybody else wants to read that one. I've heard good things about You Are Fatally Invited, but I don't have it on my list yet. The House on Biscayne Bay. You know, that's in Miami, right? Richie Riches. The Siren Song of the Sea Calls Me. The Amalfi Coast. Love me some Sarah Penner, and I'm also in love with the Amalfi Coast. So that is a top want to read. Again, the book is beautiful. I cannot wait for it to come out in paperback so I can own it. Our Wives Under the Sea. I've heard really good things about that. And that's it for that section. I'm headed to the mountains. Not really a destination for me. Up. And as you can see, I have nothing selected there. Cool. Into the Woods I Go. I'm really not a woodsy person either. That is accurate. Do I know myself or do I know myself? All right, I'm exploring a national park or monument. Again, not really my bag. You can kind of see this. At least I'm true to myself, okay? That one time at summer camp. Now listen, have I ever been to summer camp? No, I have not. But The God of the Woods sounded really, really interesting, as did That Summer Feeling. Plus, I feel like, I don't know for sure, but I feel like That Summer Feeling is an LGBTQ. Maybe? Okay, anyway, I don't know, maybe. So that one looked really interesting to me. That's it for summer camp. Nothing bad ever happens at a 5-star resort or luxury getaway, right? Right? Please say not, because 5-star resorts are my favesies. Okay. Ooh, The Deepest Lake. I own that one physically. Yeah, probably not that one. I'm going off the beaten path to somewhere very cold. Wild Dark Shore is on my TBR for sure. Naomi Novik's Spinning Silver, definitely on my TBR. I gotta see if I can find that one. Space Tourism. What am I, an evil billionaire? Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy to write on Jeff Bezos's internet, but okay. Andy Ware, I've already listened to that one. Ooh, Floating Hotel I have on here. Oh, maybe I can find that one. That might be a good one. I'm planning on a refreshing dip in a river or a lake. I have One Golden Summer. I, unbeknownst to me, have listened to a couple of Carly Fortune's books, and I really liked them. Didn't know that was her. A refreshing dip in a river or lake. James, that's a wild title to be putting on this list. That is absolutely... This is why they turn the comments off on these lists, because wild. I would not call that a refreshing dip in any body of water. Okay. The River Has Roots. I said I will to a bunch of wedding invitations this summer. I don't think I have any weddings to go to this summer, do I? Oh, nope, that's a lie. I have one. 3 days in June. Okay. I'll be impressing everyone at this reunion. I have no idea what this is supposed to mean, and apparently I don't care because none of these books are on my list. And that is it. Okay, that's a decent selection. No crossovers between the lists for me this time, so that's unfortunate, but let's head back to the other me and see which of these I can find for my Kindle. Let's start with these KU books and see if we can find any of them there, and then I guess we'll go look at Libby and see if we can get them there before we buy them. Let's do that. Trying to turn on screen recording, but they rearranged everything on the Android phones. All right, so let's take a look at Kindle Unlimited. So for Centennial picks, I had the 5th season, Circe, and Fourth Wing. Okay, hold on. So I think that, okay, so the 5th season is on KU. What about Circe? Not on KU. I do own it physically. However, James picked out Fourth Wing for me to read. So I'll just do Fourth Wing to hit that challenge. That's easy enough. But the 5th season is a good backup option just in case for some reason I don't get to Fourth Wing physically. Okay, now let's look at heritage reads. Okay, so in here we have Homeseeking, which I'm gonna guess is not on here. It's not. I didn't think so. Let's try The Note. No. Song to Drown Rivers. A Song to Drown Rivers. Oh, that one's on KU. Okay, that's a good option. Five Broken... You know what? I'm pretty sure Five Broken Blades, there it is. It's on KU, actually. So, yeah, she's got that one and Four Rune Realms on here. Okay, that's a good option. The Floating World? The Floating World, not on KU. Okay, that's cool. Don't even worry about it, bestie. So it looks like for this one, I can choose between Five Broken Blades or A Song to Drown Rivers in KU. Okay, those are good options. Now let me just see in the Armchair Explorer what's available on KU really quick. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure the Business Trip is on there, so that's a good one. The Cautious Traveler's Guide to the Wastelands is on there. Beautiful Ugly is definitely not. Deepest Lake is one that I was really interested in reading, but I own that physically, so we'll scratch that from the list. Although, is it on Kindle Unlimited? No, it is not. Okay. And Wild Dark Shore, that one is interesting because it is one of the picks for my Works book club, and it's definitely not on KU. So thought I would give it a try. I didn't think it would be, but just in case it is, that way I can cover all of my stones with one thing. Is that right? Is that how you say that? I can kill all the birds with one stone. All right, Sabrina. Anyway, so I have a couple of options, but I do quickly want to go see if I can get any of these from Libby. Okay, so let's just give Libby a search. Let's see how long Wild Dark Shore would be at Libby. 24 weeks. Okay, that's not gonna work. What about Isola? Because I really do want to read that one. I should probably stop asking for new releases. Okay, so this one is like 12 weeks wait. Oh, it's already on my hold shelf. Okay, well, that's not gonna work. What about Voyage of the Damned? Oh, I can borrow this right now. But it is like a couple, what's the date today? We still have a couple of days left in May, so I don't quite want to do that yet, but I might go back and see if I can get this one when June starts, because I love an arbitrary restriction, and since this is my June TBR, I absolutely cannot read it in May. So yeah, okay, so I might go back and see if this one is available come June 1st, and maybe I'll just read that one. Okay, so that is an option. Let's go back to one of the other lists. So in Heritage Reads, I had some good options on KU, but I would like to know if Gifted and Talented is available. Oh, Gifted and Talented doesn't even appear in the library. Sounds great. Okay. There was another one on there that I was interested in, The Note. Hold on a second. One thing I don't like on Libby is mine refuses to search both libraries at the same time. And I get it. That's probably for a very good programming reason. Okay, this is what I thought. I have The Note on my list already, and it's a 15-week wait. Okay, forget that then. So for Heritage Reads, I think I'm just going to stick with a KU book. I think that I am going to officially go with A Song to Drown Rivers. Okay, that's going to be my Heritage Reads pick. For Centennial picks, I'm going to go ahead and give it to Fourth Wing. However, there's a very small chance that I won't be able to read Fourth Wing. Very small. In which case, I'll do the 5th season on KU. The reason that that makes a difference is because it's physical book versus Kindle book, and I tend to read Kindle books faster than I read my physical books. So maybe I should just start with Fourth Wing. That might be a good idea. Okay, maybe I'll just start with that. That way I can get that out of the way. And then for Armchair Explorer, when it's time to do it, I'm going to come back and try to grab the copy of Voyage of the Damned that was available at my library right now. And if that is not available, then I will head over to KU and I will pick up The Business Trip, because I do really want to read that one. So those are my picks for the month. Oh, silly. Okay, so that's only 3 books. So here's the other thing. There is another Goodreads challenge that's coming out. And it will not come out until the very end of the month, or no, it'll come out on June 1st, and that one has to be read by June 30th. So I am leaving a slot open for that, but there is also one additional book that I'm reading in the month of June, and that is going to be a ARC read and review of a book called Tenderly I Am Devoured, and I am so excited to read that one. So I have got my work cut out for me in the month of June. So just to review, either Voyage of the Damned or The Business Trip, A Song to Drown Rivers, or if it becomes available, I will definitely go ahead and read The Note. And then we have doing double duty Fourth Wing. I'm finally going to read that one. And the rest of my husband's picks, Our Crooked Hearts, This Poison Heart. We got a lot of heart things going on here. And Magician Apprentice by Raymond Feist. So add that to Tenderly I Am Devoured and whatever encompasses that last Goodreads challenge that comes out on June 1. And those are my June reads. Alright, besties, thanks for tuning in to this video, and if you liked what you saw, go ahead and hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Anyway.
And I'll expect book reports done by June 30th.
There aren't going to be book reports. I don't know what you think this is.